Welcome back once again. With us now here in the studio is our prominent guest, Abdel Rahman, the political and economic analyst. Good morning, Mr. Abdel Rahman.
And a very good morning to you.
Starting to speak, how do political and economic stability impact the foreign investments, particularly in the case of Egypt? We have seen Egypt maintaining a very unique position when it comes, a very stable position, thanks to God, in the midst of all the craziness that is taking place worldwide. The inconsistency of decisions by other world leaders, the military confrontations, all that, but still Egypt is becoming, staying intact and surely maintaining a powerful economy that is growing and growing every day. So how is political instability and also good vision maintaining that particular situation?
In that world that we are living in, we need that stability. And that's what differs Egypt from other countries. All around us are borders of fire. Countries are in conflicts, wars, civil wars, whatsoever, except Egypt, thanks to Allah.
Thanks to Allah.
I believe this is the very important bliss that we should protect and preserve by all means, by all powers we have, by all weapons we possess. In Egypt, we have that feeling that we are looking at the world around us, in Libya, in Sudan, in Palestine, in Middle East, in the Arabic East, too many conflicts. But here, we are only watching. Despite that we are, of course, are surrounded by those major threats. And of course, our economy, strengthen our economy, is one of the most important weapons to fight back and to preserve our own stability, our own dreams for a better future. Today, the greatest challenge at large, the most important challenge here, is preserving our growing economy at all levels. At the level of the small projects, at the level of medium projects, at the level of large projects, mega projects, feeling that making the citizen, the ordinary citizen, feels the fruits of that growing or that growth of economy. That's my definition of economical stability. How the ordinary citizen is feeling, is being touched with that economical growth. How easily can a citizen open his own business in the most easy way? How taxes process, how too many measures that people in Egypt feels how to be touched by that growth, to take an action for the government, should take more actions in that field, making making wider space for small projects, medium projects, to make the ordinary citizen a part of the progress, a part of a crucial part and a huge part of progress. After the World War II in Germany, as an example, the small projects and the medium projects, along with the mega projects, was the main key for building the Germany that we are witnessing right now. In Egypt, we have more sources of materials, sources of wealth, even more, 10 million times than Germany have. So we believe that we can possess that strength of economy, stability of economy. We can achieve more, and we can achieve our goals as a whole society, as a whole nation, the Egyptian nation, setting the example of a nation that is leading the region, leading the Arab world, leading the continent. That is our fate. All we need to
Right.
do is to live up to that fate.
That is good that you have drawn a very important example, the experience, the German experience, of course, of Councillor Helmut Kohl, who have brought prosperity of the economic experience of Germany. But then the situation or the circumstances back then were very different. But now, talking about Egypt, drawing that thin line between being submissive to other countries, refusing to be submissive, staying intact, at the same time avoiding military confrontation and leaning towards foreign diplomacy, talking foreign, soft power and all that, without being weak or without showing weakness to people who are trying to take advantage out of us. So this balance our leadership is playing might be the secret keys to our success. But how can this balance survive amidst what's happening? There are serious confrontations, there are the evil powers, there are conflicts of let us name it that way. I'm trying to choose my words. There are concerns about some political gains through wars. Don't you think that sometimes we have to be able to escalate or grow up with our the way that we take heed to other threats around us?
The enemies that are surrounding Egypt, they know about us even more than too many people in here know about Egypt. The secret of Egypt is to be strong, by all means, militarily, politically, economically, and also domestically and religiously. That is the secret recipe of Egypt. That combination that is making that nation different and a leading nation than any other nation in the world, I might add. Look how in Egypt we are supportive, how we are standing shoulder to shoulder in the time of crisis. That should be protected by all means of power, all tools of power, all ways of power. Strengthen our economy can never live or survive without strengthen our policies diplomatically, politically, in our relations with other nations. Preserving the political and the economical powers of Egypt can never be protected without showing some harsh actions militarily. We need that sometimes. All we need is not to be dragged, and of course the leadership know, of course, even more, not to be how not to be dragged into a conflict. But sometimes you need to take an action, a strong action, a harsh action. You cannot avoid this. To make it clear in action that we are strong enough to protect not just our own country but our own best interests. In all of the theories that was put in Nasser Academy, in the history of our own nation, shows that our own national borders should be protected with international borders, or what you can say it, or call it national security or international security borders that goes all the way to Euphrates, all the way to the beginning of the Nile Basin, and all the way to the red line that Mr. President once has drawn in Libya. that those are our own international security borders that are very important to protect our own national and strategic borders. You can never, in all of our old history, you can never protect our own strategic borders without protecting the international borders, that preserving our own national security abroad. In that way only, with all those pillars, politically, economically, militarily, domestically, and religiously, above all. That is the meaning, the definition of a strong Egypt that is feared by other enemies that are surrounding us. What's going on in Iran, of course we're going to maybe we're going to talk about this, is targeting Egypt by the end of that scheme. Egypt is targeted. We should show our claws, show our strength by all means, as I said, economically, politically, diplomatically, and even militarily sometime. To all of that powers all together define the word or the expression strong Egypt, feared Egypt, respected Egypt, in a world that only respects the strong. Only. Let's not talk about political, international law or whatsoever. It's only protected by the power and the sound of force. In any country, look around in Europe today, how the regimes are suppressing the nation's communication and the action they have taken with good intentions towards the massacres against the Palestinian by the Zionist existence. Where are the civil rights? Where are the human rights they are talking about all of the time and trying to judge Egypt sometimes about them or according to them? They are using the same upside measures in dealing with their own nations. That's what I'm talking about. It's the sound of force, and of course, the reasonable force. And we should be the one who determine when to use force. But using force, you can never avoid it.
Of course, Egypt have attained a very successful economic reform program. I mean, years and years back. That was criticized by some back then at that time. Now we are harvesting the fruits of that successful program, and we have proven to those people that we had vision and we were right, and now we are building on that reform program. How have that economic reform program added to the stability, economic stability and prosperity we're living right now and witnessing?
Well, of course, that means a lot to Egypt, to make it strong economically. The programs of renewing our economy is one of the most important pillars to make or create a fruitful future for the generations to come. Today, in those conflicts all around us, survival is the most important thing here. We are fighting back the reducing of the food chains all around the world. How to preserve our own stocks, how to preserve our own economy. That is the main challenge we are up against right now.
Of course, with all these surroundings and bad news and military conflicts around us between countries, it is affecting economies worldwide, not only in Egypt, but neighboring countries
well, of
also.
Course.
Major countries have been affected by military confrontations. But then our Prime Minister have assured that we are secure and our strategic commodities are plenty and we have reserves and everything. Let us also talk about, I mean briefly because we're running out of time, about that particular side, because it is a threat to any country.
Let me tell you in a brief way, in the most brief way, that sooner or later, the conflict around us maybe will be stopped in a short time, but another conflict is going to be created. That means our supplies, our protecting the markets, protecting the ordinary citizen is the most important priority at this time being. After the conflict almost comes to an end between Iran and the Zionist existence, by eliminating the influence of Iran in the region and make it a small country again, or maybe divided sometime, we will witness the growth of the Zionist existence all the way to Euphrates. That is the most important challenge and the most great danger that we are up against. And one of the main lines of defense is to support and to keep up our own strong economy, preserving the ordinary citizen sound and safe.
Hopefully, inshallah. Of course, Mr. Amr Rahman, the political and economic analyst, would like to thank you so much. It has been a great pleasure talking to you. And by this, we come to the end of this edition of The Breakfast Show. Many thanks to all of you. Till we see you again tomorrow morning. That's a goodbye.